Good American Family Episode 7 Release Date, Time, Where to Watch. The Good American Family Episode 7 release date and time are not too far away, and viewers want to know the streaming details. In the previous episode, Natalia's confusion grows over putting her trust in a new set of allies. Moreover, she is surrounded by a lot of suspicion when her past resurfaces. The next episode, titled If You Tell a Story Well Enough, focuses on the Barnetts, who began believing that they had separated themselves from their adopted kid, Natalia. But Natalia's case is picked for investigation. Here's all you need to know about the upcoming episode. What is the Good American Family Episode 7 release date and time? The episode's release date is April 23, and its release time is 12 a.m. PT, 3 a.m. ET. Check out its release times in the U.S. below. Find out how many episodes will be available to watch in Good American Family. Where to watch Good American Family Episode 7? You can watch Good American Family Episode 7 via Hulu. Hulu is a popular streaming service that offers a wide range of high-quality content in different genres. It offers new users a month's free trial before subscribing to the services officially. What is Good American Family about? Good American Family is a limited drama series that centers around a couple who, after a failed adoption, receive another chance to take home a little girl with rare dwarfism. As days pass by, the girl's true identity surfaces and shocks everyone. The official synopsis for Good American Family is as follows. A Midwestern couple adopts who they believe to be a little girl with dwarfism, but gradually started to believe she may not be who she said she was. The sun rose over Maple Lane with its usual quiet dignity, casting golden rays on the perfectly trimmed hedges and sparkling driveways. It was the kind of morning that looked like it had been airbrushed into existence, just the way the Harrisons liked it. The Harrisons were a good American family. At least that's what their Christmas card said. Glossy, folded, embossed in gold, it read, "From our good American family to yours." Below the cursive, a photograph of the five of them, Todd, Marlene, twins Ashley and Asher, and little Daisy, the golden retriever, beamed from the front porch in matching red plaid pajamas. Todd wore a flag pin every day, even on his golf polos. He sold insurance, but when people asked, he said, "I help protect the American dream." He'd served in the Coast Guard for exactly 14 months back in college and never missed a chance to mention it. He took pride in grilling steaks to medium rare in voting in every local election, no matter how small. His lawn was mowed diagonally for a little patriotic flair. Marlene ran the PTA and a lifestyle blog called Red, White, and Brew, which featured family recipes, DIY home projects, and her popular post, 10 Ways to Fold a Flag Napkin for Your Independence Day BBQ. She had 43,000 followers and an unwavering belief that all problems could be solved with homemade lemonade and a well-placed inspirational quote from Ronald Reagan. Ashley and Asher were 17 and straight-A students. Ashley captained the cheer squad and was vice president of Future Leaders of America. Asher, a cross-country star, was applying to West Point and had recently taught himself how to make a 3-tiered apple pie from scratch to honor Grandma Betty. They had bright white smiles and were rarely seen without monogrammed backpacks and AirPods gleaming like status symbols. Even Daisy, their golden retriever, had a patriotic streak. She wore a Stars and Stripes bandana and barked every time the doorbell rang, as if defending the homeland. Their house, of course, was just as good American as they were. Flagpole in the yard, a front porch swing, shutters painted Patriot blue, and a plaque by the door that read "God bless this home." But despite all this, something with the mailman. Quite right. One day in July, he delivered a package from Harmony Holistics, a place Marlene had never ordered from. Inside, sage bundles, crystals, and a book titled Unplugging the Patriarchy. Todd stared at it like it was a biohazard. Then came the twins. Asher started meditating. Not for stress. He said he was connecting to something deeper than GPA. Ashley dyed a streak of her hair purple and said she wanted to major in sociology with a focus on social justice. She brought home a friend named Juniper who wore overalls and crocheted water bottle holders. Marlene's blog followers began to dwindle. One reader commented, "You used to be more authentic." She stared at her screen for 20 minutes, unsure whether to feel offended or flattered. And Todd? One morning he skipped shaving and showed up to a homeowners association meeting wearing a plain white t-shirt. People gasped. One neighbor whispered, "Has he gone? Liberal." Still, every morning they waved to the neighbors and smiled wide for their Ring camera. Because above all else, they were a good American family, and a good American family does not unravel. Until the day Asher refused to say the Pledge of Allegiance. It was a Thursday. The Harrisons had just sat down to their weekly family values dinner. Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans lined up like little soldiers on the plate. The television softly played a rerun of Wheel of Fortune. Everything was fine until Todd asked, "So, how's the old stars and stripes?" Asher shrugged. "I didn't stand for the pledge today." The silence was immediate and profound. Marlene dropped her fork. Daisy whimpered. "You didn't what?" Todd's voice was low, thunder brewing. "I don't feel like pledging to a system that isn't fair to everyone," Asher said, calm but firm. Ashley chimed in. "He's right. We read the People's History of the United States in AP Civics. Kinda makes you question everything." Marlene blinked. That book wasn't on the reading list. Ashley smiled. "Juniper let me borrow it." Todd stood up. "That girl with the eyebrow ring, the one who composts in her purse." "We're just trying to grow, Dad," Asher said. "You know, think for ourselves." Marlene tried to speak, but instead a tiny sob escaped. She clutched her napkin like it was the last lifeline to a simpler world. Later that night, while Marlene angrily reorganized her spice rack, Todd sat on the porch with Daisy, staring out at the perfect lawn that suddenly looked artificial. "We did everything right," he muttered. "Flags, football, fireworks. We paid our taxes. We grilled corn. We bought patriotic pool floaties." Daisy licked his hand, a gesture of solidarity. Inside, Ashley and Asher were scrolling through articles on climate change, privilege, and alternative economies. Their room smelled like essential oils and revolution. By the next week, Marlene had revamped her blog. The new header read, "From Red, White, and Brew to Real Talk with Marlene." Her first post, "When your kids grow woke and you're still wearing flag flip-flops." Todd began a podcast called Middle Ground, where he interviewed neighbors about things they didn't agree on. "Let's disagree without dissounding each other," he said in the intro, sounding like a man who was learning to breathe again. And the Christmas card that year, no matching pajamas, no curated poses. Just a candid photo of the Harrisons around the fire pit, laughing, messy, wrapped in different blankets. Daisy wore her same old bandana, but this time it had a peace sign on it. The caption read, "From our evolving American family to yours, with love, honesty, and a little less pressure." And for the first time in years, the neighbors didn't smile because they were supposed to. They smiled because, honestly, it felt good to see something real. Let me know if you'd like a version with a different tone, more dramatic, satirical, or heartfelt.